On storm nights, the sea doesn't just roar. It remembers what it once fed.
Every wave peels the coastline back, and sometimes it exposes something ancient and sharp.
A tooth bigger than a hand, still shaped like a warning, still built to cut.
Those serrations are not decoration. They're a blueprint for slicing through muscle and bone. Along coasts like this, people give megatooth a single name, spoken softly: Megalodon.
Not because anyone saw it alive, but because the sea keeps leaving proof behind.
In the lab, the storm becomes a sample, and the legend becomes measurable.
Size gives the first truth. The owner was enormous, beyond any living coastal shark.
Structure gives the second truth. This tooth was engineered to survive impact again and again. Drawers hold thousands like it, scattered across continents like signatures on stone.
The body is gone, but the mouth still speaks through every serrated triangle we find. To meet the owner, we must go where its teeth were lost, down into the deep. We launch into open water, following fossils back to the seafloor that kept them safe.
Out here, the surface looks empty, but below it lies an archive older than memory.
A submarine canyon, steep and unstable, where ancient layers collect and stay hidden.
ROV Uniscore Unity, compact and bright, descending where humans cannot.
Those lights will carve a narrow tunnel through darkness, revealing only what they touch.
Every meter down is a step backward in time, toward the age of ocean titans. Light fades first, then color, then the comfortable sense of where the world begins.
In mid-water, life is cautious, drifting softly, built to avoid attention at all costs. Then the canyon appears, like a wound in the seafloor, swallowing whatever falls in.
These layers are pages, and we read them by patience, because the deep hates hurry. Broken shells, scattered bone, leftovers of oceans that vanished long before humans existed. And then a triangle appears, too smooth for stone, too sharp for coincidence, a tooth. Even buried, it keeps its edge, like it's still waiting for the next bite.
Is where the Titans shed weapons, one by one, across an ancient seafloor. A single tooth can map an empire, if we dare to imagine the owner's scale. Close your eyes, and this canyon becomes a doorway into Miocene seas, warm and crowded.
15 million years ago, warm currents carried more prey and much bigger hunters. Herds stayed close, because separation here meant you were chosen by something unseen.
Danger didn't arrive with noise. It rose from below, where blue turns quietly to ink. A shape gathers beneath them, too wide and steady to be a drifting cloud. Meet the ruler of this sea, Megalodon, built like a torpedo, driven by hunger.
It wastes nothing. No display, no thrashing, just controlled power conserving every heartbeat.
That dark eye doesn't seek a fight. It seeks the easiest meal in the herd. One subtle tilt is enough. The herd feels it, even before they truly see it.
They bunch together, trading speed for protection, placing the smallest bodies in the center.
Then the Titan disappears, because the best ambush begins by planting doubt in prey.
Every heartbeat stretches, and every shadow becomes a question with teeth behind it. It isn't chasing the group. It's positioning for the one that drifts a little wrong. A mistake that's small is everything, because momentum is the currency of survival here. Now it commits, turning stored calm into a short sprint that feels like a shockwave. The herd surges, but fear costs oxygen, and oxygen costs the speed they need most. It doesn't rush the bite. First, it closes distance, perfectly on line and silent. The gap shrinks to nothing until the ocean suddenly feels too small to hide.
Back in the present, we hover above the same violence, preserved as quiet sediment. The canyon shifts even now, reminding us the deep is alive and never truly stable.
Even with machines, we're guests here, and a misread current can take everything. Another tooth appears, like breadcrumbs from a mouth so large it rewrote the food chain.
Each edge says the same thing.
We retreat gently, because one careless move can collapse 1,000,000 years in seconds.
In the Miocene, there is no retreat, only the last moment before impact.
It waits one heartbeat longer, aligning teeth with bone like a cold surgeon.
Now you understand the tooth, because the mouth is the true monument of Megalodon.
One bite, not a chase, not a fight, just a single decision made real.
The herd flees, because staying means becoming the next calculation in the Titan's mind.
It releases distance, because giants conserve energy, letting weakness deepen on its own. A wounded body bleeds speed first, then control, then the last chance to escape.
The Titan doesn't need to chase, because the ocean itself is finishing the job. When it returns with purpose, because every wasted burst costs a giant. From underneath, the world above becomes a perfect outline, and the ambush becomes simple.
The wounded one slows into open water, where no mother can hold it together.
You don't see teeth first, but you feel the water tighten around something massive. This is the second strike, the one meant to end the story quickly and cleanly. A Titan doesn't need many bites. One perfect bite can be enough. After the impact, the ocean goes quiet, because the hunt has already been decided. Minutes later, the ecosystem notices, as if the water itself carries news outward. It guards with presence, not anger, because presence is dominance in open water. Those teeth are designed to slice and remove, turning giant prey into manageable pieces. Then it moves on, leaving the ocean to finish what it started, without spectacle.
Scavengers arrive late, reading the water like smoke after a fire has passed.
The surface stays beautiful. That's how the sea hides its most brutal truths. It patrols warm currents like roads, because warmth gathers prey, and prey gathers power. Every scar is a record, not of heroism, but of staying alive long enough to stay huge. Even fish understand the shadow, because a Titan's silhouette is a universal language.
And there it is again, another herd, another chance, another quiet calculation in blue.
Some try to face the threat, but facing a Titan doesn't shrink what it is.
The circle is a test, watching who tires first, watching who drifts out of place.
In a long day at sea, weakness begins invisibly, and predators notice it first.
The Titan senses it through vibration and scent, and the math of movement locks in. Speed appears suddenly, like a storm forming underwater, and the herd has no time. The group fractures, because staying tight now risks being struck as a single target. This time it aims for control, because a crippled prey cannot outrun anything. Now the prey carries damage like a heavy coat, and every movement costs more. It waits, because waiting is cheaper than fighting, especially when you are this big. That stare isn't cruelty, it's certainty, the certainty of a perfected predator.
When it moves, it feels unstoppable, like a freight train made of muscle and water.
This is the finishing angle, the one fossils remember as shattered ribs and missing tissue.
One more bite, and the ocean shudders, as if the world just lost its balance. When vision fails, you still feel it, a massive body controlling the water around you. And just like that, the peak passes, leaving silence and the slow drift of debris. Life returns carefully, as if the sea checks whether the Titan is truly gone. It leaves no victory cry. Giants don't announce themselves, they simply continue.
But even a Titan begins small, in sheltered nurseries where warm water softens the world.
Here, young hunters learn the rules: hunger, caution, and the cost of being noticed. Even in youth, the body plan is clear, built for sudden speed, built for sudden choice. Prey here is small and fast, and hiding places are close, so misses teach quickly. One snap, one miss, and the lesson is written into hunger for the next attempt.
Years later, that learner will carry knife-sized teeth into open water, seeking bigger fuel. Now imagine that learner grown, large enough to turn whole herds into fleeing silhouettes.
Those teeth fall out and return again, leaving thousands behind for us to find later.
But even a ruler cannot outlast the world, and the world is always changing. Currents shift, waters cool, and prey begins to move away from the old warm highways.
For a giant, scarcity is a slow disaster, because size demands constant fuel.
Even the ruler becomes a wanderer, crossing miles of silence between meals.
This is dominance, and also vulnerability, because the planet can change faster than hunger. One day, the Titan is simply gone, leaving teeth, questions, and oceanic silence. In the present, we hover over that absence, rebuilding a world from fragments of enamel. A core sample is a time capsule, mud stacked year on year like quiet snowfall. But the canyon shifts again, and the deep reminds us it can still take what it reveals. We leave carefully, carrying the toothed story before the seafloor closes over it again.
If you want more Titans like this, stay with Ocean Depth Mysteries, right here.
Like the episode, follow now and keep diving with Ocean Depth Mysteries into darkness. Comment below, would you survive a Miocene sea here with Ocean Depth Mysteries? Share this journey so Ocean Depth Mysteries can bring the next abyss to life. Back on land, Evidence replaces imagination, millimeter by millimeter, layer by layer. The edge returns, still wicked, as if time failed to dull what evolution perfected.
Inside the enamel, growth lines whisper that this weapon formed inside a living jaw. A vault of vanished oceans, where the greatest predator becomes a set of clues.
Down there, more teeth wait, because a titan's life leaves a long trail.
The deep pushes back with pressure and flow, warning us not to linger too long. One falling stone can blind a camera and erase the very view we came for.
Up top, we breathe again, remembering survival isn't only a prehistoric problem.
We came for a titan, and we found its shadow, held inside one serrated tooth. Morning makes the ocean look harmless, like it never held a ruler at all. But in our hands, proof remains, small enough to carry, heavy enough to haunt. This edge once carved through giants, then dropped silently into deep time, unnoticed. The titan is gone, but the sea remains, still capable of raising new mysteries. We store it carefully, because some stories deserve to outlast the storms that reveal them. Behind this edge is a whole world, warm currents, fleeing herds, and one perfect predator. Somewhere beneath this calm surface, the deep still practices silence every day.
In our minds, the titan swims again, because fossils don't just inform, they awaken. What else ruled before us, in eras when the ocean was warmer and stranger than today?
Each recovered tooth is a doorway, and we've only opened one for a moment. Those notches once met bone and blubber, leaving marks that science still studies.
If you listen closely, you'll hear it. The sea is quiet, but never empty. Because under the light, canyons still shift, and ancient layers still wait to be disturbed.
We leave as gently as we came, trying not to rewrite the page we just read.
Our wake closes quickly, and the ocean forgets our presence almost instantly.
But we don't forget, because we've seen what once lived beyond the edge of belief.
From above, it's just blue, but within it is a library of predators and prey.
This is its signature, a serrated triangle that once ruled oceans without mercy. And if one vanished titan can still feel this real, imagine what else is waiting. The sea outlasts every ruler. It simply changes the names carved into its depths.
Today we followed one tooth back to a predator that was truly real and truly gone. We close the case, because some doors should open only in careful light. Next time we dive again, deeper and older, closer to the edge of what we can picture.
Until then, remember, the ocean doesn't need myths. Its history is already unbelievable.